James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at Cine Expo 2026. I'm here with Paul Hawxhurst in the Canon booth, and he's going to catch us up on the latest products from Canon. Lots of lenses always, and you have a new really long lens.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of a pride and joy right now, our new 40-1200 Cine Servo lens. So this replaces our 50-1000. That lens came out about 10 years ago, and it was a really unique lens when it came out, but it took a little bit to get going, but then the wildlife and sports community really took hold to it because of just how unique it is, because it is, again, a 50-1000 that was 14 pounds. Well, this new lens, the 40-1200, is the same size and same weight. So we've gotten wider and we've gotten longer, but it's still at 14 pounds. So it's really, really kind of cool because now these people who have created rigs for their 50-1000, who know the workflow of the 50-1000, they can just pop this new lens in, and it's very, very low impact on their workflow. So yeah, we're really, really excited. Some of the basic things about this new lens is that it is a T5 to 10.8. All right, that ramp in there, that ramp starts at 500 millimeters. So you can get, from 40 millimeters to 500 at the T5, and then once you hit that 500, it starts to ramp up to that 10.8 at the end there. And the ramping is in there because we need to make that lens as small and as light as possible. And you wouldn't believe it, at 14 pounds, it's really, really light for the size and range that it is. But one of the neat things about this new version is that it comes in two flavors. It comes in a Canon RF mount, and it comes in a PL mount. Now, what's unique about the RF mount version is that it allows us to use autofocus on our cameras. So on our RF cinema cameras, which is the C400, the C80, the C50, and the C70, all right, you put that lens on there, and you have full autofocus on a 40-1200 servo lens. It's really quite extraordinary. On top of that, something really, really cool is that if you use a C400 with this lens and the RF mount version of it, we actually have auto exposure ramping compensation with it. So now what happens is that you have all that light loss from the ramp, iris ramp that's going on.
Camera compensates.
So the camera will compensate one-to-one directly using ISO. So you can zoom through and you won't notice any light loss now anymore because it's compensated with that ISO. So really, really cool feature that you get when you combine the RF version of that lens with our camera. Of course, there's always the PL mount version, and that's going to be very, very popular out there. It's amazing what having just a little bit more, even 10 more millimeters on the wide end really does for that image and how much more you get out of there. And then just having the extra 200 millimeters down there at the end is just kind of icing on the cake.
What's the sensor coverage?
It is natively a super 35 millimeter coverage, all right? But it has a 1.5 times extender on it. So if you pop that extender into there, all right, all of a sudden you got a 60 to 1800 millimeter lens, but also the extender allows it to cover a full frame sensor.
Very versatile.
Very versatile. Yeah, I'm trying to cover all the bases here, And on top of that, of course, it has all the connections that you need to go, fully remote as well as fully automatic on it. So you can get your broadcast demands on there. So if you want to set it up into a broadcast environment, very, very easy to transition into that for cinematic broadcast purposes.
Very impressive. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.